in the interest of the game.
Down towards finding. This might be the first boundary. It will be. Strain down the leg side, which he can't afford to do with his fine.
Quite obviously a little slower than the Kimberley one.
Down the wicket, and he hammers. That's the Afridi we know, and it's 6 over mid-wicket.
Absolutely magnificent stroke. This was his method of combating the big bounce that we're getting from Pushpa Kamara. Down the track, over the top, cow corner, but that was not a cow shot. It was well timed. And he hit it high and hard.
He's immensely powerful, Afridi. Very strong wrists. Wide by Paarl because his style of play is certainly not suited to test matches. He just likes to hammer, and here he hammers straight down the ground for 4 runs. He plays some remarkable shots, some very unorthodox ones, some orthodox ones, but he never stops just going after the bowling. Ideal one-day player.
Yeah, quite remarkable for a man so young to have this incredible ability to and confidence to hit through the line so consistently over the top. And he's already on 17 in only 16 balls.
He's almost got the ability, Lee, to nominate which ones he's going to hit.
Well, numbers player.
He's caught. He's caught a cover from a high full toss. The third one that Tajiba de Silva has bowled to him. And the other 2 he's managed to keep down. But if you don't keep them down, they're not always easy deliveries to contend with the high full toss. The low full toss, yes, is a gift, but not the high full toss. And what often happens is that you hit them straight into a fielder's hands, as he's done here.
And yet a good catch because it was swerving away from him. He hit it hard again. And the Sri Lankans will be delighted with that first wicket.
Yes, caught by Dharmasena at mid-off, and he's gone for 17 from 17 balls, so the 4 and a 6, and Pakistan 31 for 1. 32 is not as high as it could be, but he's an explosive sort of batsman who's had a poor tour and hit form in Kimberley with
50 runs for 1,000 runs this season, which will be the most for Pakistan this season, and he's worried that he's not scoring enough. That was a smear, and a very successful one. 6 runs.
Successful batsmen in one-day cricket generally have their area, and this landed right in Ejose's area. 20 yards up and down.
Tajiba de Silva is not a fearsome pace by any manner of means. So when it does land just in your slot, whichever that might be as a batsman, necessarily that difficult to deal with, as is seen here. Inside out, great shot. Good one-day stroke.
And that is the shot of a special player, because the line of the ball shouldn't have allowed to get hit there, but he opened it up, opened the face, and got it between cover and middle. Great shot.
Coming around the wicket.
Talk often about good placement and that sort of thing. Most of the time it's more luck than it is placement, but that certainly looked as if it was exactly that. He had to get it wider mid-off, or wanted to get it wider mid-off. Did it very elegantly. Dangerous guy, this. Oh, he put it down. Changed his line, went round the wicket. Jayasuriya puts it down. Know why he was falling over. He seemed to be falling over before the ball reached him. It was going straight at him. attacking start here. Cut away and speeds down to third man. First man's not all that square. Had no chance of cutting that off.
Say if you're going to flash hard, and he certainly did that. Side on one, thickish outside edge, racing down for 4. Certainly not where he was aiming to hit it, I think. Probably trying to hit it just behind square on the offside. He'll accept that.
Goes on to 30. Good running. Messy fielding.
Game in Kimberley.
Yes, as I was saying, definitely the pick of the Sri Lankan bowlers. Came in for a bit of stick against South Africa, 1 for 37 from 6. So short cover, short mid-wicket. And so it goes in the air, down through the slip area. Third man is around and misfields. And what might have been 1 is 4. So Jiva De Silva. And he will not be popular with his teammate and fellow fast bowler Pushpa Kumara, let alone with his captain.
Sanwa cut the ball well down to third man. Third man standing a bit wide, but did cover the ball. Unfortunately, didn't stop it. And that went on for 4.
You are going to get some awkward bounces on the Kikuyu outfield, which has been cut fairly short. This is along the ground down to third man. So it's a good deal faster than it sometimes is in here in South Africa. Down the wicket, uses his feet magnificently and gets 4 runs for it. There's a man out on the boundary at mid-wicket, but there isn't one at long on. So he came down the wicket, hit it over the mid-on in the circle, and 4 runs.
Good cricket shot here and good thinking, seeing that there is nobody outside the circle, and he decided to come down the wicket and hit it over the circle for 4. Good cricket shot.
Now this could be very dangerous indeed, and a very good call there by Ijaz. Down the wicket comes Anwar, didn't quite get hold of this one, might still get 4 runs, does to the mid-wicket area which has been vacated. And you can see on the face of Dharmasena as much as say, that really does annoy me. And of course it brings up with another Syed Anwar 50.
Side Anwar realizing that the ones and are not going to take them anywhere. I need to push for 4s. He come down the wicket. Once he didn't get in the middle of the bat, but he managed to get it to the boundary for 4.
Wide call. It's gone up in the air and he should be caught here. He tried to heave that over the mid-wicket area, got a top edge, and the short fine leg took the catch comfortably, and Nurulidharan has picked up the wicket of Syed Anwar shortly after he had gone to his 50. Just sweep and succeeded in just top edging it, and a nice gentle catch for the man at short fine leg. And so Syed Anwar, after making a splendid 50 from 53 from 58 ball, just 28 years old, seems to have been around forever and ever, and average of nearly 40. This is up in the air, but it'll drop short of the long off, and they'll be able to get 2 runs.
So Doops again. Now that's a beauty. Nobody out there, only 4 on the offside and no sweeper. So Ijaz knew that, chose his spot, and he goes into the 40s.
typical one-day shot, a flighted delivery, overpaced, and Ajas going down the wicket, seeing that there's no one in the deep at cover. He lifts the ball in the air and straight to the boundary. Absolutely brilliant shot by Ajas Ahmed.
Messina to Ejaz. Quicker one, down leg side. It's going to go for 4 again. The square leg won't get there, and it does. Umpire Cyril Mitchley gives it with a flourish. Ejaz moving ever closer to that half century with that fine stroke. Down the wicket first, then he changed his mind and just wafts it away with a free swing of the arms. Turn, and Inzamam, one of the best one-day players in the world.
Yes, you're right there, Lee, because yes, 55, 94, 59 and 50, very consistent against Sri Lankan bowlers.
That could be out, and it is. Back pad, he went forward, foot back pad, we heard 2 sounds. He's not happy to go, but the Sri Lankans delighted. That's Pakistan's 3rd wicket to fall, and it's the amazing Inzamam. He follows a century with a low score. 9 runs he made today, 18 balls, and he has to leave.
Not happy with the dismissal. Inzamam, flighted delivery, off spin, and on his pad. Doesn't seem himself has gone from inside of his pad or through his gloves. And Paarl Vicharana taking an easy catch there.
The wicketkeeper was delighted, but he is obviously not happy, and it looked as though he might have justification. Pakistan now 141 for 3.
Oh, yes. Very good. It is 3 in test matches, 2 in one-day internationals.
Well, this was a big shout, and suddenly there's umpire Cyril Mitchley is calling for the replay. He's a very happy man, Kaluwitharana. He throws the ball down, and watch how he stretches here. Yes, he does go out beyond the line. Is he back in time? And, well, I don't think he is.
Very, very dicey there, because his toe is on the line, and he could be out because his foot is not behind the line of that delivery. And
now, that first view of ours was a little bit obscure because of the dust. There isn't a clear line. But now watch his hand as the bail comes off. And remember, the line is the fielding sides. So probably here, the decision is going to go against the batsman.
Yes, that's what has exactly happened. Johanna is out without scoring. Stumped off Muralidharan, not being able to bring his back foot behind the crease, lunging forward, missing the line of the delivery as the bowler status through, and Paarl Vicharana takes the bails off with his toe still on the line and not behind it.
Almost emotionless Muralidharan to begin with because it looked routine, but then in comes the duck with the tears, and quite rightly so. Johanna, such a promising young player, and he has to go for more.
So against South Africa, against Sri Lanka, this is only his 4th game.
And that's another one. That's another one. So Pakistan losing 3 wickets in 2 overs, as Muralidharan looked like went to diving to his left. Brilliant bit of cricket, and Mahmood goes for a duck. Here's how it happened.
Good catch there by Mahanama, leaning back. He cuts the ball to backward point and diving to his left. Mahanama picks up a very clean catch and a brilliant piece of fielding there. He might have hurt his finger in the process, but it's certainly given Sri Lanka the advantage of another wicket that's just fallen. Azhar Mahmood going back to the pavilion, very disappointed without having scored.
Well, what an incredible game. 5 down now, Pakistan, for 142 after being 141 for 2.
Suddenly, the Sri Lankans have a new spring in their heels. That was the one going away, and Rashid Latif tries to cut it with backward point, but without taking a single.
Another one cut, and another good bit of fielding.
Ball's one off the bat.
Down the wicket and down the ground.
but the result was good.
It's a very fine cricket shot off the leg spinner. Trying to hit it a little higher and maybe just a bit squarer. The result was what he intended. Straight down the ground.
There's no doubt Latif would like to contribute in a big way as the tour captain. Pretty much always won there. Cost Aussie McGrath put down.
This is a good-looking shot by Latif. He decides to go the aerial route, picks the gap well. There is a man on the boundary at long off. There's also one at cover, but he bisected the two and 4 very good runs.
Yes, he used his feet nicely to get slightly towards the pitch of that, but he knew that Jayasuriya doesn't turn the ball much, so he could take the chance of the ball spinning away from him and hit it beautifully into the gap. He's now into the 20s after only 28 balls.
Down the wicket again, straight to mid-on. And again, Latif plays that extraordinary shot. He'll get 1 run. He's coming back for the second. He's going to have to hurry, but he's okay. I think the fielder is a little bit guilty of taking his time when the innings suddenly had taken a huge downturn. This is swung in the air again. This might be caught. Oh, a second grab. Well, it would have been absolutely catastrophic from a Sri Lankan point of view if yet another catch had gone down. But this time it was held by De Silva, and so Rashid Latif, the Pakistan captain, is out for 36.
Yes, he hit it well, but he hit it straight to De Silva. So caught De Silva, bowled De Silva on the bounce, and fortunately for him, it looped up quite comfortably. He really didn't look too confident under it, and Latif goes for 36, and now Pakistan 214 for 7.
Spinner, ball.
Down the wicket, that's out of the ground. You can see long on, back-pedaling, almost as it left the bat. A beautiful stroke. Not afraid to take it on if he thinks it's in the right area. Tremendous shot down the ground. He knew it was 6-2 as soon as he made contact. Now looking for what would have been a very out. Just mishit that, looking to hit it down the long off, and only found Mahanama at extra cover, and so that's just what Pakistan didn't really need. They've now only got 1 wicket left, no risks can be taken. Comfortable catch. Mahanama, a very good pair of hands. He's proved that. And a brilliant catch earlier on as well. It's nicely played. I'll get 2 here.
It's with the experience, Waqar Yunus and Abdul Razak, especially Waqar Yunus, should know that the bat has got to go over the line.
This is high in the air, long off, getting underneath it. Will this be the end of the innings? Yes, it is. So, an over short Pakistan and a ball or 2. In fact, 2. Aravinda De Silva gets his 4th wicket, which gives him his best analysis in one-day international cricket. Razak going for the big one, I think straighter than that, looking to hit it straighter. And some good ground covered at long off there, and a good catch taken. Jayawadena the man. So Abdul Razak 22, caught Jayawadena, bowled Aravinda De Silva, and then Ijaz and Saeed, an 80-ball, 80-run partnership.
The appeal was very spontaneous.
You see he's had 14 ducks already, and that might have been another one. Umpire Wolfie did so, didn't feel so. So what runs from that first over, just one from the bat to Jayasuriya. He's facing. A very good delivery, first up from Waka Yunus. That nearly got through.
That's a super delivery. First one up, swinging Yorker to the left hand and nearly sneaked through. I'm sure he'll want to be putting his average performances of the last 2 games behind him, Waka Yunus, and put in a big performance record. And also taking into consideration he plays most of his cricket on the subcontinent. That's a special record there.
Remaining in his first over, it'll be to the right-handed Kelewitharana. 2 slips in a gully, attacking field for a one-day game. Straight to mid-wicket. So 5 for no wicket. This is through the covers. It might have enough on it to go to the boundary. It does. One hand came off the bat as he played it, but there was enough timing there to see it to the fence.
A super shot from Kelewitharana, a little bit of outswing from Yunus, and he just threw the bat at it. In fact, as Trevor said, right hand came off it. It's got away through the covers for 4.
Has a better strike rate in one-day cricket. Oh, that's fantastic bowling. Try and hit that.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You've got to be a much better player than Kelewitharana to hit that. And that's a super delivery. That's as good as it gets. When coaches talk to youngsters about how to bowl outswing, that's probably what the ball they'd use as an example.
Unbelievable lift and swing and pace at 140 kilometers an hour at night. Enough to give you nightmares. Well, he's got this one away over the infield, down towards a backward point position, hard chase, and 2 runs. Well, that's the way Kelewitharana plays. If it's slightly up, he'll have a go at it. Oh, it's going to go for 4. Over the slips. And that was a fine over by Wasim Akram. And wasn't the first maiden simply because of those 4 runs. We'll take a look in a moment. 18 for no wicket. Flung the bat at it again, flew off the edge. Not easy to pick out in the deep under these conditions.
This is a lot tougher catch than one thinks. Didn't ever get really that high, but slow coming off the fence and didn't ever really look under control.
Yeah, he nearly hung on to it. Would have been a superb effort if he'd have been able to. But he seemed just to come forward a little too late, Hussain, and yet he got his hands on it in a big way. Both of them, too. Appeal for LBW, and umpire Cyril Mitchley has given Jayasuriya, and that is a huge blow for Sri Lanka. A big one struck by Waka Yunus for Pakistan. Oh, that is Jayasuriya getting it away over the slips of Wasim Akram's last ball. And then when he got down to the other end, he got this one.
Perfect bowling, and that is stone dead. That's missing leg and off and hitting middle halfway.
And certainly got something to contend with here against Waka Yunus. Nicely played away through the covers, super shot, and it's going to be 4 runs. So Mahama off the mark in fine style. 6 overs bowled, 23 for 1. Wasim's running in, Waka's running in, the ball is bouncing a bit, it's moving all over the place.
Said cricket was a boring game. This is a heck of a match we've got on our hands here. I'm certainly throwing the bat at it, and there's some top bowling going on out here.
Little spat between Waka Yunus and Mahanama at the end of the over when Mahanama had lashed him through the covers for 4. And certainly Waka had something to say to him, and he pointed with the bat. Look where it's gone for 4. Waka Yunus. Struck down the ground, not that firmly. I think it'll be hauled in.
And he's going for the 3rd, and he'll make it because of the weak throw. And the running here is very keen indeed. But my goodness, there's an atmosphere out there, and Waka Yunus is talking non-stop, and the reason for that is it wasn't perfectly timed, but there he goes. Look at the words, and as he runs past him again, he's having another bit to say. That wasn't a perfect shot by any means. I think he was saying drat or something, but he wasn't happy, whatever it was.
Early days yet.
Another one-handed smash through extra cover from Kaluwitarana. That's twice he's done that. I don't know what this new method of cover drive, letting go with the bottom hand is, but it seems to be reasonably effective.
Well, this is just as good an answer as Mahanama's determination, isn't it? He drops the hand off because he knows he's mistimed it, but he does give it the full flow, and he hits it hard enough to carry the field. We mustn't stop emphasizing the fact that for the batsman here, it's not very easy. The light is not good, and these two men are of the quickest in the world, and they're running in at full tilt. So the batsmen are at a disadvantage, and nevertheless, he's got 17 in only 15 balls.
Down the fine leg, but there is a man there, just the one. It's also fair to say it's not easy for the fielders with the lights, is it? Not as effective as most of the grounds that we've seen. Shadows tend to form on the side of the ball. I've seen one catch go down at slip.
Quicker end of the 2.
This is up in the air. Who wants it? Oh, they both looked at each other. There could be a problem. And in the end, very well caught by Latif. Goodness me, there was signs of a mess up there. They're never easy, those high ones. The slip and the wicketkeeper went for it, stopped, looked at each other, and then the keeper carried on. I could see huge problems there for a moment, Lee.
Absolutely. We've been talking about how difficult the lights are, and this went way above them. It went incredibly high, straight out of the lights. Both of them looked at each other, as you said, didn't judge it particularly well, and then the keeper did the right thing. He's the man with the gloves. He must go for it if he gets the chance. Delight for Wasim Akram, and Sri Lanka have lost their second wicket, 39 for 2.
We'll look for our international viewers who haven't seen it yet. Kaluwitarana, see, he just checked to his left. And I don't know what Inzamam was doing at the end there. I really don't. But well done, Rashid Latif.
He was a bit like a Band-Aid there in case.
Big appeal. And Graham knows that he likes it when it just comes back into the right-hander. But Mahanama got a decent stride in here.
Well, we see Mahanama going across in front of the stumps before he plays that shot, but he gets a good stride. It hits him on the knee roll, and it was probably going over the top.
Pulled away by Aravinda de Silva. Not right in the middle of the bat, but near enough for 4.
Well, it's absolutely amazing. With the lights slightly less than perfect, it's always difficult to play across the line with confidence this early in an innings. When he didn't worry about that, you see how well he gets back into his stumps, and this goes for almost, yes, it was one bounce for.
Not just yet. That's probably going to be called a wide, and is.
Well, the other thing, Robin, is that there's a possibility he can't swing it back in anymore. With the ball getting a little bit older and wetter, it may not have enough shine. Now, you see what he's doing there. He's as though he tried to bring that one back. A little bit of muscle memory practice as he walks back, but it angled away instead.
That one came back and is good enough for Will Diedrichs. Fabulous bowling in terms of control. 4 across him, 1 back at him.
Well, the finger came up slowly, but it came up all right, and Mahanama has to go for 7. He'd been there for 19 balls. He'd been in 28 minutes. He hit 1 boundary, and now suddenly Sri Lanka looks as though they're in some serious trouble.
Wolf Diedrich says that's good enough for me. Let's see how far forward he got.
Yes, it looked as though he got a reasonable stride, and he certainly did. The ball hit him on the knee roll. And that's a good shot. That's very fine, tickled away. This is De Silva's autograph, and he gets a boundary. And this will take off some of the pressure from Sri Lanka after the disappointment of that wicket in the last over. 52 for 3 after 11.
Timed by Ranatunga. It won't get to the boundary, but what a pleasant shot.
That classic little punch of his with no backlift whatsoever, and he just chooses the gap so nicely. Another man with vast experience. Look at that backlift. It's just a little shove with the bat into the gap. Now, these two chaps will be only too aware that Waqar is in his 6th over. Wasim's bowled 6 already. They are unlikely to bowl more than 1 more each. Relatively inconsistent, but a great knock in Kimberley against Pakistan brought him back to 4.
Oh, big appeal, and umpire Mitchley says out. Similar delivery to the one that dismissed Jayasuriya, and now another big fish goes. Arjuna Ranatunga. What superb bowling by these two Pakistan quick bowlers.
It really is out of the top draw. Watch this ball swing. He steps towards the line, it swings back, hits him on the toe, and was unerringly aiming towards the middle stump. So Captain Ranatunga goes for 2, and Sri Lanka deep.
Just before, it's very, very fine, so Jawuddin gets off the mark.
Once again, Waqar Younis not getting the swing all of the time. And this is why it's just angling down the leg side every now and again. And with that man at 45 degrees, the fine edge goes for 4. Remember, the boundaries slightly smaller than normal.
On a roll. And how easily that might have been the 5th wicket. That seemed to go right over the top of the stumps.
Very good delivery that one. Just nearly hit the stumps, nearly he played on to the stumps.
Right over the top of the middle stump. It swung back in to the right-hander. Now the 3rd man for a single. away into the covers. And Silva has to get that bat down as Anwar has a shot at the stumps at the bowler's end. Ends the 14th over, 66 for 4. Safe. And it's going to be 4 runs. The 2 men out there, one at fine leg and one at backward square leg. And in fact, he got enough on that to clear the boundary rope, and it's 6.
That was a very short delivery and very promptly. De Silva right behind the delivery, hooking it right round the corner between the gap.
Of a run out. Misjudgment from De Silva, and Pakistan jubilant now. They know that the real danger man left in this order is now on his way to the shower.
De Silva trying. Mid-wicket for 4, but he missed it, and the danger man gone. And again, Raza take that vital wicket, as he did in Kimberley in the last time. De Silva gone for 31, 1-6 and 3 fours.
The outside edge, third man will keep that down to 1. No, he's gone for the second, he'll have to hurry. Well, if there's a run out here, it will be bordering on suicide. And there are problems with the batting lineup and your wicket's down. They went for that extra run because of that slight fumble by Afridi. Collects the ball now. Oh, yeah. Oh, bye now. What a terrible mistake. Absolutely terrible mistake.
Now you can see as the stumps on the side, the other batsman was just moving, going the other side. It was definitely one of the worst runs taken by both batsmen. Could have been run out on both ends.
Yeah, Pakistan virtually had a choice of ends. So, Jaiwadeen run out for 11, Sri Lanka 93 for 6.
To tempt the batsmen to hit the ball in the air.
Might just go all the way and does. He actually hit that really quite hard. I thought he had guided it to start with.
It's in the air, there's a man there, will he get it? And I think he has. All the Pakistanis running towards him in joy, particularly the bowlers saying he hasn't been able to get much spin at all. And another wicket goes down from Sri Lanka.
Sweeping. This is a very, very fine catch. Running in, always difficult. Right low down. That's a super catch by Johanna. Great catch.
In the air and gone. Mid-on gets a nice easy catch, and at last Mahmood is rewarded. It is Muralitharan the victim, but he's really bowled far too well not to get a wicket. 9 overs and 4 balls that he's bowled. He's got 1 for 25, and Muralitharan goes for a duck.
Yeah, it would have been a travesty if he'd ended up wicketless. So he's got his first wicket of the day, and Muralitharan walking away from his wickets and trying to hit over mid-on and just holding out to mid-on.
There he goes, and there's the duck that is in terrible distress. As he goes. In fact, I think Muralitharan is probably a little bit happier than that, but deep in trouble, Sri Lanka. 132 for 8. Pushpa Kumara is the new batsman. Actually, oh, he's bowled him first ball. Off stump, knocked back.
That's wasted on pushback Amara, I'm afraid. That's a super delivery. Pitching off, hitting the top of the ball.
His head, and then a little bit of hysteria. And not for the first time in this one-day series, we're on a hat-trick.
And struck away over mid-wicket. It's a good shot, 4 runs. So we might see a little bit of excitement from the... So chipped in with 22 with the bat himself. That's it. Outside edge. Make that 3 wickets for Akram. That might just seal it for him. Well, there you go. A very good performance from Pakistan, it has to be said. And Sri Lanka did well to find their way back in. Pakistan got off to a flying start with the bat. We see the last wicket go down. It's a nice little outside edge through to Latif, who makes no mistake. And he 300, but 250 still takes a little bit of getting. And all in all, a disappointing innings from the Sri Lankans. I think, to be fair to them, Craig, the ball did seem to go around a little bit more after dark, as it were.
Absolutely. To go back to your pitch report earlier today, when I had a look at it, it was the face of the moon, but when the lights went down, light went off on the face of the moon, it perked up a little bit, and I still